Hello, and welcome back to Bilal Consultancy, your go-to channel for business management and strategy insights. Today, we're diving into the world of the balanced scorecard. We'll explore what it is and guide you through the step-by-step process of developing one for your organization. So, if you're a business enthusiast, manager, or entrepreneur looking to enhance performance and drive success, you're in the right place. Let's get started. What is the balanced scorecard? First things first, what exactly is the balanced scorecard? The balanced scorecard is a strategic management framework that helps organizations translate their vision and strategy into tangible objectives and performance measures. It provides a balanced view of an organization's performance by considering multiple perspectives. Perspective 1. Financial. The financial perspective focuses on financial goals, such as profitability, revenue growth, and cost management. These are the metrics that matter to your stakeholders, like investors and shareholders. Perspective 2. Customer. The customer perspective looks at customer satisfaction and loyalty. It answers questions like, how well are we serving our customers? And, what do customers value most? Perspective 3. Internal processes. The internal processes perspective examines the efficiency and effectiveness of an organization's internal operations. It helps identify areas for improvement. Perspective 4. Learning and growth. The learning and growth perspective focuses on your organization's ability to innovate, adapt, and learn. It includes employee training, culture, and technological capabilities. Developing a balanced scorecard. Now that we know what a balanced scorecard is, let's discuss how to develop one for your organization. Here's a step-by-step guide. To define your strategy, you need to start by defining your organization's vision and mission. Vision. Your vision is a statement of what you want your organization to achieve in the long term. It should be aspirational and inspiring, but also realistic and achievable. Mission. Your mission is a statement of what your organization does and why it exists. It should be clear, concise, and easy to understand. Values. Your values are the core principles that guide your organization's behavior and decision-making. They should be authentic and reflect what is important to your organization and its people. Strategic objectives. Your strategic objectives are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals that will help you achieve your vision and mission. Once you have defined your vision, mission, values, and strategic objectives, you can start to develop your strategy. Your strategy should outline how you will achieve your strategic objectives and how you will allocate your resources to achieve them. Here are some tips for developing a successful strategy. 1. Be clear about your goals and objectives. 1. What do you want to achieve? 2. Be realistic about your resources and capabilities. 2. What do you have to work with? 3. Be creative and innovative. 3. Think outside the box and come up with new ways to achieve your goals. 4. Be flexible and adaptable. 4. The business world is constantly changing, so you need to be able to adapt your strategy accordingly. 5. Communicate your strategy to your employees and stakeholders. Everyone in the organization should understand what the strategy is and how they can contribute to achieving it. Here are some examples of strategic objectives. 1. Increase revenue by 10% in the next year. 2. Reduce costs by 5% in the next year. 3. Launch 2 new products in the next year. 4. Expand into a new market in the next year. 5. Increase customer satisfaction by 3% in the next year. 6. Improve employee engagement by 2% in the next year. These are just a few examples, and your specific strategic objectives will vary depending on your organization's industry, size, and goals. By defining your vision, mission, values, and strategic objectives, you can develop a clear and concise strategy that will help you achieve your long-term goals. To identify key performance indicators, KPIs, for each of the 4 perspectives of the balanced scorecard, you need to start by thinking about what is most important to your organization and what you want to measure. To set targets and benchmarks for each KPI, you need to consider the following factors. 1. Your organization's goals and objectives. What do you want to achieve? 2. Your current performance. Where are you now? 3. Your industry benchmarks. What are other companies in your industry doing? 4. Your resources and capabilities. What do you have to work with? Targets are specific goals that you want to achieve within a certain time frame. For example, a company might set a target of increasing revenue by 10% in the next year. To collect data for your balanced scorecard, you will need to identify the sources of data for each of your KPIs. This may involve implementing data collection systems, such as customer relationship management, CRM, software, or enterprise resource planning, ERP, software. You may also need to conduct surveys of your customers, employees, and other stakeholders. Here are some examples of data sources for specific KPIs. KPI: revenue growth. 1. Accounting system. 2. Sales data. KPI: customer satisfaction. 1. Customer satisfaction surveys. 2. Net Promoter Score, NPS, surveys. KPI: cycle time. 1. Production data. 2. Order fulfillment data. KPI: employee satisfaction. 1. Employee satisfaction surveys. 2. Employee turnover data. When collecting data for your balanced scorecard, it is important to consider the following factors. 1. Accuracy. The data that you collect should be accurate and reliable. 2. Frequency. You should collect data on a regular basis so that you can track your progress over time. 3. Consistency. You should use the same data collection methods each time so that you can compare your results over time. Once you have collected the data, you need to analyze it to identify trends and patterns. This information can then be used to make informed decisions about how to improve your organization's performance. Here are some tips for collecting and analyzing data for your balanced scorecard. 1. Identify the sources of data for each of your KPIs. 2. Develop a system for collecting and analyzing the data. 3. Make sure the data is accurate, frequent, and consistent. 4. Analyze the data to identify trends and patterns. By following these tips, you can collect and analyze data for your balanced scorecard that will help you improve your organization's performance. Here are some additional tips for collecting and managing data for your balanced scorecard. 1. Use a data warehouse or data lake to store your data. 1. This will make it easier to access and analyze your data. 2. Invest in data visualization tools to help you understand your data. 2. Charts and graphs can make it easier to see trends and patterns in your data. 3. Use a balanced scorecard software solution to automate the data collection and analysis process. 3. This can save you time and effort. 4. Regularly review your data and make adjustments to your balanced scorecard as needed. 4. Your business is constantly changing, so your balanced scorecard should change as well. By following these tips, you can build a data-driven balanced scorecard that will help you improve your organization's performance. To analyze and interpret data for your balanced scorecard, you can use a variety of tools and techniques. Some common methods include: 1. Trend analysis. This involves looking at how your KPIs have changed over time. 1. This can help you to identify trends and patterns in your performance. 2. Benchmarking. This involves comparing your KPIs to the performance of other companies in your industry. 2. This can help you to identify areas where you are excelling and areas where you need to improve. 3. Root cause analysis. This involves investigating the underlying causes of problems. 3. This can help you to develop solutions to address these problems. Once you have analyzed your data, you need to interpret the results. This involves identifying the key takeaways from the data and what they mean for your organization. Here are some examples of how to interpret data for specific KPIs. 1. KPI: revenue growth. If your revenue growth is increasing, this means that your business is growing. If your revenue growth is decreasing, this means that your business is slowing down or shrinking. 1. KPI: customer satisfaction. If your customer satisfaction is increasing, this means that your customers are happy with your products or services. If your customer satisfaction is decreasing, this means that your customers are not happy with your products or services. 1. KPI. Cycle time. If your cycle time is decreasing, this means that you are able to produce or deliver your products or services more quickly. If your cycle time is increasing, this means that it is taking you longer to produce or deliver your products or services. 1. KPI. Employee satisfaction. If your employee satisfaction is increasing, this means that your employees are happy working for your company. If your employee satisfaction is decreasing, this means that your employees are not happy working for your company. By interpreting the data from your balanced scorecard, you can identify areas where you are excelling and areas where you need to improve. This information can then be used to make informed decisions about how to allocate your resources and achieve your strategic objectives. Here are some additional tips for analyzing and interpreting data for your balanced scorecard. 1. Use data visualization tools to help you understand your data. 1. Charts and graphs can make it easier to see trends and patterns in your data. 2. Look for relationships between different KPIs. 2. For example, if your customer satisfaction is decreasing, this may be related to an increase in your cycle time. 3. Consider the context of the data. 3. For example, if your revenue growth is decreasing, this may be due to an economic recession. 4. Share the results of your analysis with your team. 4. This will help everyone to understand the organization's performance and how they can contribute to improvement. By following these tips, you can analyze and interpret data for your balanced scorecard in a way that will help you improve your organization's performance. Once you have analyzed and interpreted the data from your balanced scorecard, you need to take action to make necessary improvements. This may involve adjusting your strategies, processes, and operations. Here are some examples of how to take action based on the analysis of your balanced scorecard data. 1. KPI. Revenue growth. If your revenue growth is decreasing, you may need to adjust your marketing strategy, develop new products or services, or expand into new markets. 1. KPI. Customer satisfaction. If your customer satisfaction is decreasing, you may need to improve your product quality, customer service, or order fulfillment process. 1. KPI. Cycle time. If your cycle time is increasing, you may need to streamline your production process, invest in new technology, or hire additional staff. 1. KPI. Employee satisfaction. If your employee satisfaction is decreasing, you may need to improve your compensation and benefits package, provide more training and development opportunities, or create a more positive work environment. When taking action based on your balanced scorecard data, it is important to be realistic and achievable. You don't want to try to change too much at once, or you risk overwhelming your team and resources. Here are some additional tips for taking action based on your balanced scorecard data. 1. Develop a plan to address each of the areas where you need to improve. 1. The plan should include specific goals, timelines, and resources. 2. Communicate the plan to your team and stakeholders. 2. Everyone should understand the goals and their role in achieving them. 3. Monitor your progress and make adjustments as needed. 3. Things don't always go according to plan, so it's important to be flexible and adaptable. 4. Celebrate your successes. 4. When you achieve a goal, take the time to celebrate with your team. 4. This will help to keep everyone motivated and engaged. By taking action based on your balanced scorecard data, you can improve your organization's performance and achieve your strategic objectives. Effective communication is key to the success of any balanced scorecard initiative. It is important to share the balanced scorecard results with your team and stakeholders on a regular basis. This will help to ensure that everyone is aligned with the organization's goals and objectives, and that everyone is working towards the same thing. Here are some tips for communicating the balanced scorecard results. 1. Use clear and concise language. 1. Avoid using jargon or technical terms that your audience may not understand. 2. Tailor your message to your audience. 2. What are their needs and interests? What do they need to know about the balanced scorecard results? 3. Use visuals to communicate your message. 3. Charts, graphs, and other visuals can help to make your message more engaging and easier to understand. 4. Be honest and transparent. 4. Share both the good news and the bad news. 5. Answer questions and address concerns. 5. Be open to feedback and suggestions. In addition to communicating the balanced scorecard results, it is also important to regularly review progress and adapt as needed. The business world is constantly changing, so your balanced scorecard should change as well. Here are some tips for reviewing and adapting your balanced scorecard. 1. Set regular review dates. 1. Schedule time to review your balanced scorecard on a quarterly or annual basis. 2. Gather feedback from your team and stakeholders. 2. What is working well? What needs to be improved? 3. Analyze the data and identify trends. 3. Are you making progress towards your goals? Are there any areas where you need to make adjustments? 4. Update your balanced scorecard as needed. 4. This may involve changing your goals, targets, or measures. By communicating and reviewing your balanced scorecard on a regular basis, you can ensure that it is an effective tool for improving your organization's performance. And there you have it. A step-by-step guide on what a balanced scorecard is and how to develop it for your organization. It's a powerful tool that can help you align your strategy, monitor your progress, and drive success. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Bilal Consultancy for more valuable business insights.